We are now live on YouTube. So if you guys want to join us on YouTube, normally when we're done here, if it ends too early, we're still talking on YouTube. So you guys feel free to see us side by side instead of side inside. So yeah.
Side and side.
But yeah, we want to welcome everybody to the podcast today, this evening. We're going to go ahead and jump into because we're recording. So let's do this thing right and tight.
Oh, right and tight. Excuse you.
This is sparkling water, not no soda. Okay. Sparkling water.
Where do we find it on YouTube?
Brains and ooh. Let me go ahead and put
she
that
gonna pin
there.
it so you know where to find it at.
Hold on. Sugar honey iced tea.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Brains and Beauty ×2 YouTube. I should have did that first. And then I have to hold on.
All right, guys. So just so y'all know, right now we are. Mark Breeze 215 says MYAMMEE rapping tonight.
Oh, don't get me started. Y'all know I'll rap all night, especially about my Lord and my Savior, honey. That's all that's gonna happen. But because we're live on YouTube, we want to go ahead and just get this thing going. Again, if you guys want to see us forward facing, find us on YouTube. So are you ready, Shayla?
I'm ready, my dear.
I'm trying to see where I can put this food out of it falling. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, podcasters, YouTubers, Facebookers, IGzers, and the world.
And the world.
And the world.
Just in case anybody was missed.
Just in case. You guys know this is Brains and
Beauty times 2. I'm Shayla.
And I'm MYAMMEE. And tonight, you guys, we are going to have a great show. We have a few topics, so please stick around. Go ahead and get ready for your 2 cents. Put your 2 cents in there. Put them in the comments below. And yeah. So how am I looking over there, Shay? Am I clear?
You're clear, honey. You're clear for now.
I'm clear.
You know,
okay,
you know how this thing like to do.
This company do. I ain't gonna call this.
We understand.
I ain't gonna call this company name out because I'm not giving no whatever, but I'm so sick of this company. I'm so over them. But anyway, we're gonna start with the icebreaker for tonight. And the icebreaker for tonight is BET Awards is coming up this weekend. Are you guys looking forward to it? Are you going to be watching? And how do you think the BET Awards is going to be this year?
I'm assuming we're not doing stadium seating. I'm assuming this is, everybody is, if they're getting their award, they already kind of know ahead of time so they can be on camera at their own house. And I think that's kind of strange a little bit.
You think so?
But I guess that's that's gonna be the new norm for a minute, because this corona is still out here real strong.
Living loud. I don't know. I'm gonna be watching just to see how they're gonna do it. I want to see how they're gonna do the whole production of having artists pre-record. I know I did see an artist who pre-recorded. Looked like he kind of pre-recorded himself, so I don't really know, but I don't know. I want to see how they're going to do the awards and how they're going to do the hosting. Amanda Seales is a part of it from the beginning. So I mean, for the host. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she has to say during this time right now. You know how Amanda get, girl. She just get to it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the BET Awards.
Okay.
Just to see what's going to happen. What about anybody else looking forward to it?
I see, who's this? Ladies Love Cool John. Different for sure, but I will be watching. I feel it's a great platform to continue speaking on George Floyd and movement. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Right. I highly doubt that they will miss the opportunity to speak
talk
about what's
about
going on in this country
everything.
right now. Like that would be a big letdown for BET if they did not make that basically their main message the entire
whole show.
Yeah,
for the whole show.
Yeah.
Even with Ahmad, his everything going on with his 3 killers, with 2 in the I don't even know what he would be called, but for them to get there, for Ahmad to have his justice right now, is just dope to see. What Georgia is doing. I'm so proud of Georgia and what they have going on and how they're moving quickly. And then a law they passed, not the law, was it a law they passed yesterday? They voted for yesterday.
Passed a
bill. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that to be around the nation.
Yeah, I'm glad they finally, got indicted. All 3 of them got indicted, and we'll see what happens. Again, a lot of times, I think we get our hopes up that finally something will happen, and then as we've seen in the past, a lot of times, what the outcome we want is not the outcome that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm really just praying that, the justice that is supposed to be served will be served correctly. The way it's so-called served when it's us.
Yeah.
So, I truly hope they do not mess up and let these people go scot-free like they normally do.
Well, we have time. Everything I think is at least it's moving. So I'm happy that it's moving. I'm happy that things are actually kind of progressing, except for Breonna Taylor. We're still waiting for that to just quickly, like, I don't know what's going on with that with Breonna Taylor. I know the one officer has been fired, but I feel like, okay, who's next?
Yeah,
my song.
That's
who's
not
next?
Enough.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh
my God, her in the song. I cannot. But yeah, they definitely, he needs to be more than just fired, and then the rest of them need to get the same. Let's keep on moving. Let's not stop there.
Yeah.
So just being fired ain't enough. That woman lost her life, so we need more than that.
Right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into coronavirus and an update with coronavirus. And how do we feel? We're in Florida, so right now our rates are going crazy. Our numbers are skyrocketing every day. I think today was 5,000, 3,000 or something crazy. I think it was 5.
I think it was 5,500. I want to say it
was 5,000 today, 33,000 yesterday, over 2,000 the other day. Over the weekend, each day was like 2,000, 2,200. Last week, every day was like 1,400.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see, is it because people are walking around with the noses out of the mask, or people just not wearing masks? People not washing their hands, like people don't care no more. I'm just trying to see what in the world is going on in Florida.
I think you're still hearing, you're still
in
we
Georgia
were in the gas
too.
station. Me and my husband
not
were in
Georgia,
the gas station,
Texas.
And a young lady basically said oh, this coronavirus is a conspiracy, and I'm not wearing no mask. And I think you have a lot of those. You have a lot of people who, because you've been fined all this time, you think that now because you go out and about, you shouldn't wear your mask. And I just think that's not wise. I don't want to say what I want to say, but yeah, it's just not wise to do at this very moment in time. And I think people aren't taking it as seriously as they should. It's not just when you're walking into a crowd full of people. It should be, if you're out and about and you're not in your house, you should have your mask on, period. You just should.
Going in the stores, you should definitely have your mask on. I'm trying to think of all the places that I've been, and all the places I've actually walked out. I walked out a lot of restaurants who people are wearing their masks below their nose. Like, I don't understand the whole below the nose, because I saw this video where the more you have it below your nose, the more it just comes out from the top, and you're breathing it out, and now you're breathing on people's food, and people got to ingest that and eat that. So yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You know what? I think with the whole thing though, even wearing the mask in a restaurant and y'all spread apart and all that, at some point the mask has to come off to eat. So at that point, all of those, any kind of germ or anything can be spread during that time while you're eating. So is there really a big difference? Honestly, no, and not in my opinion, not really. So you're still better off if you're gonna get something from outside your home. You're better off getting it, picking it up, and taking it back to your house. Honestly, unless there's absolutely like nobody in the, and I've been finding those where there's barely anybody in there. Great, sit me way over there where you have no intentions on putting no one else, and let me stay over there by myself, and that's fine. Because then I feel more confident about what's going on around me rather than sitting, amongst other people. I don't care if it's more than a chair away.
Yeah.
I need further than that. I need y'all to be way over there on the other side of the restaurant. So
yeah, I'm with Fred. Frederick said, I stay in the house. I don't want to eat out. I barely like eat out. Like I just got, I went to go visit a friend of the family, and we had a pizza from a restaurant literally across the street from them, and got the pizza, ate the pizza. But I haven't been through nobody's drive-through. I haven't really. I tried to go to Popeyes the other day. I walked in, nobody had a mask on. The management didn't even have them underneath their chin. Like I just walked right out.
Really? I haven't been to a place yet where everybody.
And I'm not going to know. I think people, if they go in and see what's happening behind the counters, they probably won't order the food. But if you're in drive-through, you don't know what's going on. You just pull up to the window and you just take the food. And the person at the window has their mask on.
Yeah.
But everybody else in there who, if that chicken is laid out and everybody walking around and doing all this and it's in the air, like you walking by the chicken, you talking over the chicken. In Popeyes they talk, so they talking particles just everywhere on your chicken, and I just haven't been able to go through any drive-throughs. Because I want to see. I've been 3 restaurants so far, which was Steak and Shake when it. Right after they told us it was mandatory, I was like, let me go get my last little meal. I walk in Steak and Shake, below the nose, underneath the chin, in there fixing stuff. I was done. Walked in McDonald's to get some fries. I was far away from home. I had some time. No mask. Not even underneath the chin, just no mask on. And that was weeks ago. That was a month ago. So to walk in Popeyes this weekend, just I'm just enjoying cooking my food. Yeah, and that's it.
So over cooking, child. So over it.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I was enjoying it at first, but now I'm just like,
you over it already?
Come on now, like.
Ladies love Cool J. She said, same. I don't even get my hair cut. I'm not gonna be selfish and head out. I got an 8-year-old niece and an 80-year-old grandma I look after, so it's not worth it. I'm with you.
Ladies love Cool. Yeah. You know what? I who is it? There's somebody else. My friend takes care of her grandmother, and she's like, I don't go nowhere. Even if I don't have to go to work, I ain't going. And when I do go, they know to sit me far away from everybody else because I let them know I have someone I gotta take care of at home, and I can't afford to get her sick. And that's commendable. I completely understand that, and I'm hoping people around you respect that and make sure that they're trying to keep you as safe as possible. Because
it can come to your house. Like I went to this community center the other day. I won't say where they tested a family. The 3 kids and a mom positive coronavirus. 3 kids and a mom.
Did they have symptoms?
I didn't ask all the details. That was just one of their highlights for the day. And it was just like, dang. And then you look at the news. I know down here, they have been getting submissions of more kids now versus the elder. So now the kids are being hospitalized down here in South Florida. And yeah, but it's just a reminder for us to remember that this thing is not over yet. And I know it's a little bit more lax. And it's lax, but we cannot stop sanitizing our hands and washing our hands and keeping our mask on and protecting the people that we live with and be around. I mean, shoot, look at us. We still, you normally be right here with me. You know what I mean? Like we still have to do this because we just don't know. We both don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey to everyone who just joined. We are not only live on Instagram, but we're also live on YouTube. YouTube live right now. So make sure that if you want to see a front view of both of us on the same screen, with anybody who makes any comments or has any questions, we normally have that scroll across the bottom of the screen as well. So if you like that view, make sure you head to YouTube. If not, if you're okay with IG view, that's fine, honey. We good. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, you just stay right wherever you're comfortable.
I know,
but make sure you follow and subscribe and like and all that good stuff, regardless of which one you're watching.
Right. And hit that notification bell. And hit the notification bell. So when we do go live at whatever time, you'll get the alert when we go live right away. So to move on to the next topic for tonight, we're going to go ahead and jump into dating people who have a 9-to-5 or dating entrepreneurs only.
Okay.
So Shayla, go ahead and expand on that.
So obviously, if you guys have been on, Instagram at all, you've heard about what's been going on with B. Simone. If you follow her, or even if you know about her, you've heard about what's going on with her, with her whole book issue. And before her whole book problem became a problem, she made a statement about not wanting to date any man who works a 9-to-5. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're not just talking to ladies right now. Gents. Ladies, okay? I'm talking to ladies right now. Ladies, was she wrong? Was that a no? You don't never say that. Even if you're thinking it, you keep that to yourself. You don't share that with the world. None of that stuff. Or fellas, what do you think? Do you think that she's tripping? Like, how dare you say that about me? Like, I don't work hard. Like, I don't deserve, a beautiful woman just because I work a 9-to-5, or I don't deserve a certain kind of woman because I don't work a 9-to-5, because I work a 9-to-5. Like, what y'all think? Let us know how y'all feel. Is a woman a gold digger, or does it say something about her in a negative way if she refuses to date a man who works a 9-to-5? Y'all let us know what y'all think. Angie, I'm gonna let you start that one off. I'm gonna let you start it off.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with dating someone. Would I date someone with a 9-to-5, or would I prefer entrepreneur?
Yes. Would you completely X someone who works a 9-to-5 out completely?
Out completely? Absolutely not. I will not X. I wouldn't X. Like, be like, oh, you have a job and you clock in, like, I'm good with you, like, boom, get out of my face. I won't do that. Okay. Go ahead and answer Keith real quick. He said, I'm a business owner, but nothing wrong with a hardworking 9-to-5 brother. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said Keith. But I'm a business owner. Nothing wrong with the hardworking 9-to-5 brother, and shop with C's. Okay. Anyway, no, I wouldn't disregard a man who has a 9-to-5 off the top. Like, if he approaches me and we get into the conversation, like first conversation, right? And he says, hey, I do this, that, and that, and I have a job or whatever. I wouldn't be like, he got a job, girl, sir, bye. I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what would I prefer? Yes, over a 9-to-5 guy or entrepreneur?
Yes.
I just prefer a man who is ambitious. Like, if you have a 9-to-5 or you're an entrepreneur, you have to be ambitious, and you have to want to give back to the community. Like, you can't just have a 9-to-5 and just come home either, and that be it. Like, that can't be your end all. You know what I mean? Like, you have to want to do other things. So if you have a 9-to-5, like, I'm cool with that, long as you are open to doing other things for other people. I'm cool with it.
I'm sorry. Somebody is like, y'all ever had that feeling that, like, somebody's outside your door? Like, that's how I feel right now. Like, what's going on?
Is it rain?
It's so weird. No, I keep thinking somebody is at the door.
Oh.
Look, Heavenly Father, hold on, real quick. Everybody just excuse me for a moment. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, whatever that is outside the door, if it is not right and it's not supposed to be here, take it away. Amen. All right, and continue. Go ahead, Boo. I'm sorry.
Okay. So everybody who's joining in, the question is right now, we have a couple more questions for tonight. The question is right now is, would you date someone who has a 9-to-5, or you rather an entrepreneur, right? So once again, I said what I said. I said it doesn't matter to me if he has 9-to-5, because what if his 9-to-5 is just so dope? You know what I mean? What if his 9-to-5 does so many things, and then he comes home and still want to do other projects? Like, I'm good with that. You know, does your 9-to-5 take care of the household? Like, if we get to that level, does it take care of the household, or you still need me to work? Now, if your 9-to-5 plus my income still ain't enough, we got a problem.
Okay, but not enough to do what? So not enough to do
not
all
just
the
to
things,
survive,
all the extracurricular things, or just the basic things? Okay.
No, just the extra stuff. Like,
okay,
you know, like, I feel like when you come together as a couple, I personally just believe that you have a bigger purpose and calling in life when you become a couple. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's two people there to do a lot of work. You know, like, there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
And if we're only surviving for bills,
well, see,
you know what I mean?
That's what I did not understand about why people jumped on her so bad for being honest. Like, if there's something that I want out of life, if I want to be able to explore certain things, I want to be able to travel, I want to be able to do A, B, C, and D, that means I have to have somebody who is mentally in the same wavelength as me.
Yeah,
that understands that it takes more, that I'm going to have to do more to be able to enjoy those things, to be able to take those kinds of trips on a regular, to be able to do certain things that most people who work 9-to-5 can't do. So I don't really understand why they got on her like that.
I mean, again, that's her preference. If she wants an entrepreneur, but sometimes entrepreneur life hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. But I understand that she meant that the flexibility. Like, I want to be able to, you know, if I do have a man who is an entrepreneur, maybe his entrepreneur life ain't even 9-to-5. Maybe it's 9 to 9. Maybe it's 7 to 9.
Most entrepreneurs don't just, you know, they go way past 9-to-5. Yeah.
We're working all the time. We go to sleep. We could be on a beach and we're still working in our head. Like, sometimes it just does not cut off. So for me, I just feel like, long as the man can plan, he doesn't have 9-to-5. They can't plan around us taking trips, or plan around us to be able to have a weekend out of the month to do something for the community, or plan around us to do whatever. Like, if he's able to plan, like, I'm good. But if he is stuck in a job where he can't do nothing, he has no freedom, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But there's no worst or best for me, because again, entrepreneurs can be working 24/7. You probably will never see them. You know what I mean? Or you can have a guy who works a 9-to-5 and he sees you every day after 5, after 7, you know, after traffic. You know what I mean? So
some people are okay with that.
Yeah, because what if it's 9-to-5? Maybe he's a CFO, or maybe he has a position where he makes, I don't know, 152 a year. Like, that's enough for you guys to build a portfolio of properties. You can use his income, which is steady. You know what I mean? You have a steady income. You have the paperwork together with him. You can get him to get the loans for the investment properties. You know what I mean? So it's just, to me, it just doesn't matter. As long as he is a passionate man, he enjoys what he does. Do not come home and complain to me every day about your job, because that means you need to change it. You know what I mean? Like, don't come home every day complaining, like, I hate this job, I hate this job. Like, no, I'm gonna need you to change it in. But other than that, I'm cool with it. If you're passionate, you got a good heart, you can do some stuff. Let's do it. Let's do it. But not just, you can't just have the job though. That ain't.
Okay, so we have
what about you, Shay? Oh, go ahead.
We have let's see, Ladies Love Cool John said, let's skip past that little first part. I work a 9-to-5 as an at-risk youth and troubled teens in the juvenile system, because I don't want to see them go down that road. You know what? And that's commendable. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That is 100% commendable.
Yeah,
and
that's dope.
I really think that no man should be completely X'd out just because they work a 9-to-5. Again, but you have to also understand what your goals are in life. You would not get with someone who did not have the same, you know, dreams or
Drive.
aspirations or where they're trying to head in life, y'all are not equally yoked or compatible if y'all are on two totally different wavelengths, unless she don't care what you do because she got her own thing going on and she's fine because she feels like she can take care of whatever and really doesn't need you to. You know, you have some couples who are like that, where the woman is the I actually have a friend who's like that. She's the breadwinner. And she's fine with the fact that her husband works a 9 to 5. And she really doesn't need for him to provide like that. But she loves him. You know, she loves him. And she loves what he brings to the table outside of that.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Go there, get your mind out the gut if you're going there. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about period. Like, she loves what he brings outside, you know, outside of having to pay all the bills. She's not one of those. Even though he still goes half on everything, but she takes care of the extra stuff. She makes sure that if they want to take trips, you know, it's
on her.
She's one of those. Oh, I'm going. If I want to go next month, we going next month. So she doesn't wait on what he's going to do. But he's not just sitting back, letting his woman do it all either. Like, he's trying to do other stuff. And I think that that's what it's about. I think we automatically think of that as negative because you just see 9 to 5. And there's so many of us that work 9 to 5s that we take it in a negative way. But honestly, you should think of it in a different way. Think of it as, if you want to be able to attain a certain lifestyle or you want to be able to do certain things, you've got to go harder. Like, now in today's society, you really can't afford to just work one job. You can't, especially not if you're living in certain areas. South Florida, that's a joke. You can't work. You can't. Not unless you want to be in communities you don't really want to be in. You know, you have to have kind of multiple things going, or you have to have a certain kind of job that pays a certain kind of money. So all of those things, I just think that we shouldn't think of it so badly. You should
like one way.
Exactly. Think of it in a different way. And not necessarily a negative way. And I don't think that people should have come after her the way they did, because I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting what
I think they were just surprised. Like, you won't even be open to a see it. And she was like, no, I just want an entrepreneur. And if that's what the girl wants, that's what the girl wants. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you cannot, we all have our different requirements. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I just have to have a man that does extra stuff outside of work, you know, or maybe his work is wrapped up in the extra stuff. You know what I mean? So it's all about what we want. If that's what she wants, that's what that girl wants, and that's what she's gonna get. So
you like it, I love it. As my mama would say, you like it, I love it.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. So shout out to her. Shout out to the topic. The topic was a good one. I think everybody just need to be open to the idea of guys with 9 to 5s, and whatever that is, or to your definition. Just make sure you're not like X, not a great guy. What would they say?
I gotta add a comment. Lord have mercy.
Okay.
Capital City Cam on IG. Okay, Capital City _Cam on IG said, I don't want a woman who's in debt because her debt will not become mine. I'm just saying.
So you can't work together with her on that debt? Are you kidding me? But you know what? But that's your.
I can hear my dad. I can hear my dad when I read that statement. That's why I was laughing. I can hear my dad saying that so clearly. That's hilarious.
Wow.
But hey, again,
that's what you want.
You have to understand what comes with it. If you get someone who works a 9 to 5, understand what comes with it. Don't get mad when you can't do A, B, C, and D.
Or entrepreneur too, because let me tell you something. I'm an entrepreneur. Sometimes it's tough, and I mean not tough just financially. I'm talking about time. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is hard to separate yourself from work when you're always constantly trying to think about work all day and working in work and working in work.
Yeah.
So it's either or. It could be either or. Like, don't just think you get an entrepreneur and life gonna be peachy and easy, because sometimes you gotta budget. Sometimes you gotta be okay with whatever schedule is left on the table. Sometimes you wish you can have a 9 to 5, meaning these are my hours, and after 5, I don't want to hear about no work.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur life goes on. Like she said, you be up to 3 a.m. Like, sometimes you just be up, and sometimes, you know what I mean? So
Because it gotta get done. Because you don't make no money if you ain't doing what you gotta do.
If you ain't working, it ain't jerking. Can't get no jerk chicken. You can't get no goat. God. You can't get none of that. But anyway, moving on to the next topic. We have a question. I'm gonna go ahead and read it to everybody about women being independent and not knowing our positions.
Not knowing our positions. Okay, girl, read this one.
Okay. So the next topic for tonight is our generation. Y'all ready? Okay, so our generation is becoming so busy trying to prove that women can do what men can do. That women are losing their uniqueness. Women weren't created to do everything a man can do. Women were created to do everything a man cannot do. So question. Let me read it one more time for the people in the back. Okay. Our generation is becoming so busy trying to prove that women can do what men can do. Okay. That women are losing their uniqueness. Women were not created to do everything a man can do because women were created to do everything a man cannot do. So, child, the question for tonight is, Shayla.
The question for tonight is, one, do you believe, is that fact or fiction? Okay, that's one. Is it fact or fiction? Do we women, or I guess I would say we really want to hear from the fellas on this one. Okay, we want to hear from the fellas on this one. And ladies, of course, y'all can chime in, but we want to hear from the fellas on this one. Do you all think that a lot of times we women, we get it confused, and a lot of times we like to act like we don't need y'all. We can do our job and yours, and there's really nothing that we can't do, and you should never make us feel like we can't do it all. Basically, do you think that a lot of the times that we are hurting ourselves more than helping ourselves?
By
hurting ourselves more than helping ourselves.
By doing what?
By thinking that we can do it all. By basically trying to take away the man's role altogether. Or are we? Are we even taking the man's role away altogether? Being able to do it all, is that really taking away the man's role? Or is that just saying, I don't need you? I don't know.
Or is it saying, I just want to help?
A fine line. There's a thin line between love and hate, honey. It's a fine line on that one. I don't know.
Okay, so go ahead and expand. Go ahead and do your thing on this one, Shay.
Okay, so I guess I would have to say for this one,
what?
I think that we heard. I don't think it's a negative thing 100%. I think that we've taken it too far. My homegirl, I know we've kind of had this conversation before, and she was like, what? And I'm just like, I just think we've taken it too far. I think this is why men deal with us the way that they kind of do, is because we've made it where we act like we don't really need them. We may want them, we don't really need them. And we can do their job. We can do our job and your job. And you're really not necessary. You're just here for convenience. And you're here for obvious other reasons.
Obvious.
I don't agree. I feel like women have a role, men have a role. Just like when you at work, everybody can't play the same position, baby. Like, you got to have a role, I have to have a role. We all can't be somebody. There's got to be Indians. Everybody can't be a chief. So for me, I just feel like we get that line very, very confused. And there's nothing wrong with being a strong, independent Black woman. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but when you start playing with the role of the man, you can't go back and forth on when you want to be everything and when you don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like, then what is his role? Because he'll never get comfortable in his role because he feel like you got it all the time. He'll never feel like he really has to play his role because you got it all the time. And that's one thing I feel like when I got married, I had to learn. I am very, when I want to do something, I don't really want to wait for him to do. Like, don't worry about it. I got it. Oh, you need me to pick up this? No, I got it. Oh, you need me to go get the groceries from the car? For what? I got them. Like, I was taking away very simple, and it may seem small, but
that's good, Shay.
It got to a point where I would even open my door and he would be with me, and he one day he just slammed the door and he was like, "Are you crazy? Like, why is it that you are open? Why are you even touching the door? I'm standing right here. Let me do that. Good. Like, why won't you just let me be the man?" And at first I got upset, but then I had to really, really think, like, what else am I doing that makes him feel like he's not needed or wanted here? Hey, I am Prince Adarelli. Like, what makes him think that he's not wanted here? And I had to start learning to be like, of course I can open my own door, duh. Of course I can get my own groceries, duh. Of course I can bring them in the house. I can do all of these things. I can change my own tire. I can take the battery out of my car. But why would I do that when I got a man? Why? I'm not going to. That's his job. Okay? There are certain roles that I'm going to play and I want to play because I should play them. And there are certain roles that he should play because he is the man. He is the husband. And I have to respect that role, because if I don't, those lines will start to get blurred. That's just my personal opinion. So we can still be strong, independent women, but let's not get the roles confused. Everybody has their role, and you need to play yours personally. What you think, boo?
I don't even think I need to say nothing after that. It's different because, you know, you're married, so you get to practice all of that and kind of make sure you are pulling back when you need to pull back, or you get a little bit more practice to see, okay, I'm so eager to do these things. Mm-hmm. I think for me, just being single a lot of my life, like a lot of my adulthood, mm-hmm. You just get so used to doing these things your own, because again, when you're single, you have to do them on your own. You can't lean on someone else. Yeah. So it's just like getting out of a habit, and a habit that takes care. It's a real strong habit, because this is a habit that takes care of you. Because if this man isn't, if this man isn't there, I depend on me. Like, I depend for me to do these things. So when a man comes around, I have to be able to break certain habits, and those, just like with any other habit in life, I don't care if it's with food or if it's with anything else, it is a habit that has to be broken. So I feel like men just have to give women a little bit time, who are not a little bit time, but just give her a little bit grace, because she does that. Like, that's her duty. You know what I mean? Like, that's her thing. Like, that's how she survives, because she does everything on her own when you wasn't even around. You know what I mean? So I think, again, I just think men need to just have a little bit of grace for us women who have been single and actually seen that, and definitely can break it. Like, we could create new habits in life, but you have to, I just want men to realize, like, okay, you're getting a woman who is independent, who is doing things all on her own. She doesn't have to call nobody up to get no approval. She does what she wants to do. She has to feed her, you know what I mean? Like, everything. So just give her time to break a habit and create a new one, which includes you, and allowing you to not drop the ball, because she knows she's not gonna drop the ball for herself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just kind of having trust that he would take care of her like she would take care of her. You know what I mean? And that being equally yoked. Yes. And that comes with that. It comes with communication. It comes with informing him and letting him realize, you know, okay, I know that's how you are. And again, just giving her the grace so she could create a new habit of letting it go. Like, you know how, I'm not going to say how hard it is, because it's not that hard. But can you imagine, like, you are holding yourself up every day, like you holding your umbrella every day, like you're not getting wet. You know what I mean? Like, it's pouring, it's raining, and it says you got your umbrella, you good. And now you have this person, you're like, you want to hold my umbrella? Yeah, like you got to make sure my hair don't get wet because hold the umbrella because I like to hold the umbrella the way I like to hold it. You know what I mean? So it's just habits. But going back to the question to answer it correctly, there are some things that has happened when it comes to men and women and rights. I think the more we fight for ourselves as women, I think the more we fight for equality when it comes to what we deserve in the workplace, it has kind of rolled over in society when it comes to us being in the household with the man. So we're fighting for ourselves. We're fighting to vote. We're fighting to be heard. We're fighting to not just be a little old lady in a shoe. You know what I mean? Like we're fighting for rights. And I think it just kind of just rolled over. So, but it's not an excuse to not let a man do his thing. You know what I mean? So I just think, you know, as for me, I know I'm a very strong person. I know I can do a lot of things. I like things a particular way. And if they're not done the way I would do them, you know what I mean? It could be some friction, but I just want my future man, my future husband to understand that I'm willing to break the habits. I just need him to understand that it's a real habit I've had for a very long time to take care of myself. And it has nothing to do with
to be able for you to feel like you can trust him enough to know that if you give him that job or that task, that
he can do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like he won't allow
he won't drop the ball.
You can physically lean on him, like literally.
That's what it is. I can lean on you because if you wasn't here, it would be done. So now that you're here,
somebody go get my husband. Okay, somebody go get my husband and bring him in here because he need to hear this conversation.
Because it's true. It's just like if you wasn't here, what would Angela do?
Yeah.
It would be done. And it would get done a certain way. You know what I mean? So if you was not here, Angela would open up her door for herself. If you was not here, Angela would do this and that for herself. You know what I mean? So it's just like, for those who don't know who Angela is, it's MYAMMEE, okay? I do have a government name too. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just such a fine line. But I do think we have allowed ourselves to step into some positions because it is a habit for us to just do and do and do. But then sometimes we do have to pull back and let these men just be men and just take care of it. But trust me, it is not hard, but it's just a habit that we have to get rid of. And I know I have to say that for myself.
But you know what? I think the bigger thing of it is it's not just so that they can learn to hold their weight as well. Because I think a lot of times we as women think that men don't hold their weight, but also it's because we're not allowing them to do so. You can't take your role and take his and then say, well, why you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing? Like, what you mean?
I think,
you know?
I think too, the communication of roles have to be had.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It has to be had because if we're not communicating what your role is going to be and what my role is going to be, just like I have to unlearn habits to allow you, you have to learn habits to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a two-way street. So if I ain't dependent on you here, okay, well, I need you to step up and be the man that you're not a single man no more either. Now you have a woman involved. There's things that need to be done. You know what I mean? There's things that she would like to have done. So we need you to just do those things. But yeah, I just think it's just communication and trying to figure out what are the roles. I think that's a great conversation about roles.
So like my grandmother used to say, if you get into a relationship with a man or vice versa, fellas, if you get into a relationship with a woman and you don't teach her from the beginning what it is that you expect for her to do or what role you expect for her to play in your relationship, you can't expect for 4 years or 3 years down the line to start demanding certain things because she or he gonna be looking at you like, sir, who are you and where is the person I got involved with? Because this ain't never been it's gonna be so hard to break the cycle that you've created And oh my gosh, she used to tell me this all the time. She used to tell me this all, and I wasn't even old enough to date yet, but she used to say, whenever you start dating, whenever you decide you want to get married, you need to be very, very clear. It needs to be known from the beginning what you expect, because it will be so hard to break those habits once you teach a man what he can expect
how to treat you.
Yeah. You know,
and how to treat you guys as a couple.
So exactly, it gets comfortable in that position. And again, this is not just speaking to men. This was speaking to ladies as well, fellas. Mm-hmm. We're not just picking on you. This is speaking vice versa. It doesn't matter how.
This is just a conversation for the masses.
So I would say my next question to fellas are: what are the things that you think that we do that blur those lines of roles? What is it that you think that we do that blurs those lines?
That's good.
Roles that we start stepping on your role. Like, what is it that we do that we may not even realize we're doing? Because I know in the beginning I had no clue I was even doing it. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, I'm just doing because I'm so used to habits. Don't wait on somebody else to do something for you. But that truly does not help. When you get involved with another person, you have to learn that it's no longer everything is not just on you anymore. You can take some of that off of your own shoulders and let someone else help support you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So what is it you think that we do as women that blurs the men and woman role line? Like, what blurs those lines? Y'all let us know in the comments.
I don't know. I seen a comment real quick. I wanted to answer.
Okay.
Somebody said, how young would I be willing to date? While we're waiting for y'all to put y'all comments in here. You got to be mature. 30, 29.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah. As long as you could be
teeny bopper now. You can't be no baby.
You can't be no 22, 23. No, sir. You got to go get away, go fly, go play your video games. I don't have the time for that. No, but I think a mature man could be age 28 and up, 29. Like, look at Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. You know what I mean? So I think it can work, but we just got to be on the same vibe. I think if we're on the same vibe and we talk each other's language and we can communicate, I'm cool with a younger guy. I'm cool with that. But Capital City Cam said the things that we do as women to overstep is overstepping our boundaries. Okay, what are those boundaries? That's what we're asking you guys.
I think that's the thing. I think a lot of times, fellas, we truly don't know when we are stepping on a boundary that y'all truly don't like. Like, because I think a lot of times we just think that we're just doing. We're just doing because either we can, we feel like we got it, and we don't really need you to get it. At that very moment, not saying that it wouldn't be nice for you to get it, but I think a lot of times we're just, when you get used to just doing, you just do. And it's not even a thought that you think of that I have this man who that's his role and he should be able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have bad habits with that now. I've gotten better, but I have to check myself sometime, like,
chill out.
I probably should have let him do that.
Yeah.
But it's something that I've been doing forever. Like, if I want to do something, I don't wait for you to do it. I just do it.
Yeah. So far we just got a lot of just stop overstepping your boundaries. And I don't know, again, every woman and man relationship is different. And that's why it is very important that you have to, I guess, figure out what are those boundaries and what is the communication surrounding it and how does that look when it comes to, that's a communication thing. That's for a day. That's like a date time. Like, I like to have dates like that where we just sit here. There's no TV. There's no phones. Just in my past relationships, like, I like to sit down and we talk about what we need to talk about. Like, there's no distractions. Like, it's just me and you. We look at each other eye to eye. What's good? You know what I mean? Like, we here.
So it's like a check-in on your relationship, like where y'all are at currently.
Yeah, but it's in a cutesy little way though. It ain't just lights out and we in the dark. You know what I mean? Like, it's not to give away because that's my little, one of my little date nights. One of my things I like to do with my men, but I just like to have communication and on some deep stuff, like, and that helps me see who that man is It helps him see who I am. And it's just straight communication about us as a couple trying to become together. You know what I mean? Because again, we're dating. Like I'm doing that in my dating phase. Like that is a date night for us. Like there's no, who cares about going out to wherever? We need to talk. Like we have some things on the table we need to discuss. So, but it's in a way of doing it. They laughing at my little cutesy little way.
You know what? But that's actually a really good idea.
You've never done that, Shay?
But the moment you start saying communication, I feel like a lot of guys are like, "Oh Lord."
Okay,
like
I can say that. Okay,
when a woman says, we need to talk. It's like that. It's like that line. They ain't even. It
is
shut down all the way. But
it
if
is.
you put it in a way where it's not really. It's not a let me tear you. This is not a tear you down session. This is
no.
We need to just make sure
we need to have a
conversation. Yeah.
Like we are not in no car. Yeah. We're not out and about. We are in the house. You are looking at me and I am looking at you. This is the topic for tonight, right? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. And it's just in a different little way, you know. I can't spill my little secret.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But it's just in a great way to where there's just no distraction. It's just you and that person. You really get to like dive deep and see who that person is. And for me, I have to have that because communication for me is everything.
Girl,
it's everything. So every man know what we need to talk means. Capital. That's the thing. It's not all about you're in trouble.
Like
it's not that it's always in trouble. It's about, can we just talk? Like even something like boundaries. Like that is a good one to talk. Like if I had somebody, I would want to say, okay, what I've been doing lately, like, you know what I mean? Like what I've been doing lately that been stepping on your toe. You know what I mean? Like it's just a way of doing it, but making sure there's just no distractions. Like your phone, not even your phone. That's disrespectful to me. Like your phone better be nowhere to be found. It better be turned over.
You are the entertainment, huh?
Yeah, because I like my phones. Like if I turn my phone over in front of you, like this is my signal to let you know that I am into you. Like not even no alert, no email right now. Like, and to get my undivided attention, this is my undivided attention. Turning my phone over. Like that's my undivided attention. Like not a light can get my distraction from what we're trying to talk about, or if I'm in your presence, or maybe we're just eating dinner or whatever it is. If my phone turned down, that's straight respect out for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just feel like I just like to do that type of stuff because it's going to be me and you. If it's going to be me and you against the world, bro, we got work to do. Like, we're going to have fun and easy breezy. What is this piece of hair? Girl, this hair is killing me. We're going to have fun and all this type of stuff, but we have to talk. So if you feel like, again, equally yoked, if you feel like, oh my God, here she go again, want to talk, that's my signal to tell me later on in life, I can't come to you by nothing.
See, and I think
if there's an issue,
that's how it needs
we
to
can't
be
communicate.
Seen. It's like, you have to understand, if I'm going to be with you, this is a life journey. If I plan on living for a long time. I need to know that at any point in life, we can have a discussion about anything.
Whatever.
And you're open to
without you rolling your eyes
about it. And I think, like, me and my husband were just having this issue the other day because I was telling him, like, you're like, sometimes I feel like he gets upset about things, and then the moment you say you want to talk, he's like, that I think that mood is not like that mood puts a damper on the conversation from the beginning. Like a woman wants to feel like you're listening and that you're present and that you're not dreading a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? And
it's just
when he said, I didn't realize that's how it was coming off. And it's just, I don't want, in his mind, I don't want to feel like I'm beating a dead horse, or I don't want to get into an argument. And everything won't turn into an argument. It's about how the conversation goes from there. It's about what you allow to come out of your mouth that follows, that could turn something that was just a simple conversation or a simple
way to the left, exactly,
into an argument. You understand what I'm saying? So I truly
What's
hope
up, cool
that,
Key?
Guys, that when you're listening to us talk about this kind of stuff, girls and guys, that y'all are taking some real tips, pointers. I guess that's how you want to say it. Tips or pointers. Nothing that we're ever going to say is something that we wouldn't do or that we don't truly believe or think. And I want everybody, especially, you know, our Black people, to truly have great relationships. I think that you see so many of us get divorced and be single for a really long time and all this kind of stuff. And it's just so many good people out here. Like, if we just learn to communicate better and learn, and I think emotional. That's the key. Communicate better and learn how to be emotionally available. I like these two. So much, you know, we'd be so much better off, and we find our partners, you know what I'm saying, better. I think, you know, so I just want better for us all around.
I know. IG's about to end. I want to just get these two clips real quick. Mr. Will Good said, maybe ladies should not lead with their line. Okay, we should not lead with their line. How would you like us to say it, right? So go ahead and put it in the comments. The second question I want to go ahead and address before this thing hangs up. Capital City Cam, as men, we got to learn how to communicate without getting emotional too. Because that is the emotional thing. When you guys hear us say, hey, let's just have a conversation, it's like, oh my God, you're getting so emotional. Like you're having a doggone tantrum, basically. You're being a little boy, you're acting like a little kid. Yeah, and it's like, stop being... I like that because it's like, stop being so emotional. Who's the most emotional person right now? You. I just want to talk. As if we're talking out and about. Like, I want to have a conversation, right? So, that is just good to highlight that men get emotional too. Very emotional. Like they emotional. But Mr. Will Good, that's a good one. Maybe ladies should not lead with their line. And I would love to hear how you guys would say, how you would like for us to say, let's talk.
I mean, because I don't really
outside of just let's talk. Yeah, or just do it in a little cutesy little way and step to you, because that works sometimes too. But y'all gotta just be open and ready for communication, because that's for the rest. I mean, every couple tells you that
that's communication the rest of your life, literally. No matter who you're involved with, it doesn't matter if it's her or if it's somebody else a year from now. Communication will make or break your relationship, period.
Oh, he said, so instead of saying let's talk, he said, can you help me understand something?
Oh my God. Okay.
That's so good. But I will not. Next week, we're gonna finish this conversation, y'all. Next week. So it's about to hang up. IG gonna hang up. Girl, can you believe he said, can you make me understand something?
See, but now I feel like, okay, that doesn't make you feel like you're tiptoeing like around a child. Like, you're an adult. Come on now. If we need to discuss something, like, let's discuss. I don't understand. Like, it's the same thing. If I hear you talking to your homeboys every day, you're communicating. What is the difference? Because it's me? Because now I take offense. You feel me? Like, I just don't see what the difference is. Like, if you say, I think there's something we need to discuss, I'm like, okay, babe, what's up?
Let's talk. Yeah.
I should get that same kind of anticipation and enthusiasm when I say it.
Wow. That's big. Instead of us saying, okay, let's talk, I want to, what did he say again?
Oh, Lord, I forgot that fast.
Can you help me understand something?
Can you help me understand something?
That's what he said, though. So that's the way the man thinks versus how we think.
Hey, we said we give tips and pointers.
How would you say it?
Now y'all giving tips and pointers. I'm going to try that and see
how would you say it, Shay?
I don't know any other way to word it than, I feel like we need, let's talk about something, babe.
No, we just said you can't say let's talk about something. You got to say, help me understand something.
I would never.
You can't say never. It's new habits.
Doesn't really come out of my mouth when I say I want to discuss something. So it's weird to even repeat what he said, because I'm like, I don't see myself saying that. So I feel like I'm talking to a child. That doesn't make me feel good at all. It makes me feel like you need to grow up. Personally, that's just me. But
or is that just the approach for him?
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Okay, let's just practice with me. Go ahead and just say it. Hey, go ahead. Let me see you say it. Let's see you put your words together.
What he say again? it doesn't even sound that. I can't even remember it. So it doesn't even sound. What did he say again?
He said, I want to, can you help me understand something?
Okay. Maybe it's, okay. They. That's why I call my husband, y'all. Bae.
Uh-huh.
Could you help me understand something? Girl.
That's it, Shay.
I can still see it going to the face. Just the moment I say that and the moment I start, it's gonna go into something else.
But you cannot assume.
I am going,
because what if that works?
Try it. Who gave that advice? What was the IG handle? Was that Capital City or was that someone else?
No, that was somebody else. Okay. Capital City just said men are very emotional too.
The gentleman who gave that advice, and though I don't agree with it, I will try it because
that's good.
I can say something won't work if I've never tried it, so I will try it and see. Maybe it truly is. Y'all just don't like to say we need to talk, which to me is the same. But hey, okay,
if that works,
a different way, we'll see, and I will let y'all know how it goes.
Killing me. My knee is killing me, Lord. Okay. I guess hurting so bad trying to sit up like that. But yeah, so that was good. I know we are up for the hour for the night, and I'm so mad because we did have a couple of more topics we wanted to talk about, especially when it came to Jesus. We could go ahead and just talk about that real quick, Shay, between me and you in the podcast land.
Okay. So we can go ahead. You ready?
That's I'm ready for this one, honey. Okay. This is my thing.
All right. Well, as you guys know, normally after an hour, the IG cuts out. It only gives you an hour. So the hour has ended. So the IG family is off of there. So we just left with our YouTube family and our podcasters. So we're going to continue with one more question. One more question, and then we'll leave everything else for next week. So this question happens to be so we all know with the Black Lives Matter movement and all of that, we've seen a lot of people in different states taking down statues that they feel still personify racism and prejudice and slavery and all of that kind of stuff, right? So you've seen people just out in the streets just ripping whole statues off of their columns and stuff, or throwing them in the ocean. I think one was like they threw them in the ocean or something. They drug them all the way to the ocean, something that they did. And so our question to you is, should the depiction of white Jesus or Caucasian Jesus be one of those statues that are taken down as well? So should Jesus get a redo, basically? Should Jesus just come on down from, Caucasian Jesus come off the statues, come off the little pillars, and put Black Jesus on there because for obvious reasons. But anyway, we want to hear what y'all think. Do y'all think that that's just taking it too far? Now you're trying to play with religion, or your spirituality, or your God. Like, what is it that you all think about starting to decide whether we should basically get rid of the view of what Jesus is supposed to look like, or I'm sorry, what the world has said Jesus looks like, but doesn't say anything or describe him in any way like that in the book that I know of, which is the Bible. So y'all let us know what y'all think. Should Jesus get a redo? That's what we want to know. And MYAMMEE, we're gonna let you start, girl. Should he get a redo, honey? Should he get a new statue everywhere? Should he get new pictures everywhere?
Girl, this is a topic that can go on and on and on. Okay. First, I'm gonna start with the supremacy of it all, right? I feel like they knew Jesus was not white, Snow White, with blonde, straight, silky hair with blue eyes. I mean, they knew that. So I think what they did a little bit better than what we have done in the past was they made sure everybody knew Jesus was going to be white. They made sure they did the pictures, they did the paintings, they went ham for white Jesus, right? Mm-hmm. I think, because it has to be a two-way street here, I think we borderline, not failed, but borderline failed because we have all of our artists from back then have allowed those pictures to stay and be the most popular.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
We didn't go ham enough and have this one look or maybe these two looks for us to take over in our culture. You understand what I mean?
Okay.
Like it did not get passed on from generation to generation to generation and say, hey, this is the Jesus that, you know, we're going to follow. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we went ham enough. Not to say there's not no other options out there, because if you Google Black Jesus, you'll see it. Secondly, I just feel thirdly, I feel that our artists today, answer the question, does the Jesus it don't even sound right coming out my mouth. Does Jesus need a redo? Do Jesus need a redo? And the question is absolutely. Why not? You know what I mean? Does it prevent me from believing in Jesus this whole entire time, seeing this white man with this white robe on, with this long white hair? Like, it has never prevented me to say, you know what? I don't know about being no Christian because he white, I'm black. Like, I ain't following no white man. Like, it never prevented me for that, because for me, like I said in my stories yesterday, it was, my thing is what Jesus stands for. I don't care if Jesus was Mexican. I don't care if he was Asian. I don't care if he was going to be I'm trying to think of a bigger race here outside of black and white and exactly where he came from and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of another race, but there's no other race, only so many races. But or if he was albino, like, I don't care what he was. Honestly, I know who he is now. Let me just put this note here.
Yeah. No, I get you.
I don't care what he was. I just know what he stood for. And what he stood for me is more than enough to continue to follow. I've watched the movies. I watched the series. I may retweet an Easter something with a white Jesus hand somewhere and a picture of the white Jesus and rolling away the stone, because I don't have no black Jesus to roll away the stone for me to repost. So I feel like, yes, Jesus need a redo for our sake. But I feel like even if we were to do it, he still ain't gonna be exactly who he was back then. So to me, I really don't care. I care, but I really don't care enough to walk away from Christianity. Gotcha. I really don't. Okay. I really don't care enough to say I'm not going to support that movie there because that's a white Jesus. Now they know better now, moving forward, to include a man that has bronze skin, you know, a little darker than me. You know what I mean? Or of course, hair has his hair supposed to be, and not even digging a little deeper, understanding and doing research of what Judean people were. You know what I mean? He was from Judea. Those people, just from straight history books, and you could Google it and do your whole little research, those people have African ancestry. Oh my God, I can't even say the word. Ancestry. You know what I mean? They have African features. It was known that Judean people had African features. They were part of Africa. They were descendants. They were placed there. So it's just like, we know that. We read it in the Bible about his hair. Ain't no white man got no hairs, no wool. Do y'all even know how like the hair of a like, just think about the sheep hair. You know how, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus had 4C hair with me. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Now this may be a hat. Like you know, Jesus had 4C texture, baby. So we all know that means you can't be white, because even a mixed boy, even a white a boy who is mixed, like Kanye and Kim, Kanye and what's her name? Kim. What's her name? Kim Kardashian. Yeah. Kim. So Kim and Kanye's son, his hair ain't even gonna be 4C. You know what I mean? So Jesus, you know, we know. Okay. We know. Okay. Now, does he have the Middle Eastern features on top of being African? Absolutely. I feel like his nose and stuff was a little bit more thinner. It wasn't as wide as ours. It could have been. But once again, who knows? Who know the real true picture of Jesus? Who really know? Nobody.
I'm only gonna go by the book.
So for me, a picture, it could be not the picture. All pictures can go for me. I'm good. I don't have to see no picture because I think in my mind on who I know he is. I read on who he is and what Jesus stood for and what he does for me every day up until today. That's all that matters to me. So any movie, any series will continue to be watched. You feel me? Doesn't matter to me. Jesus is Jesus, but he can have a little redo, a little melanin up in his skin with some new pictures and get our artists to show out. I'm not understanding. We have dope Black artists. There's minority artists all over the world. Like, I don't know why their pictures didn't go viral or why those pictures are not the popular pictures to see. Like, so white Jesus can go. I won't be mad. But if you're gonna remove white Jesus, you better replace them. So because these kids still got to see Jesus in some type of form so they can learn. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it has been a whitewashed. That's a problem. But can we knock them? They went hard for white Jesus, though. We haven't been that hard. We haven't went hard for our Black Jesus. For Jesus, not even Black Jesus, just for who Jesus was and who he is.
Okay.
That's a long answer, but yeah.
All right. I'm going to simply say, in my household, no depiction of white Jesus is anywhere.
Okay.
During Christmas, you won't find a Caucasian Jesus. During any other time, you won't find a Caucasian Jesus. You won't even find a Caucasian Santa in my house. It just ain't gonna happen because that's not what's real. And for me, I just think that I'm not gonna go around saying, I mean, I do agree with the fact that it was just another way that they tried to completely negate what the actual book says. Like, you can't say, oh, the book is all right, but leave out his description. The description's not right, but let's follow the book. Come on, bro. Like, stop it. So for me, it's just like you said, I'm gonna keep following. I'm gonna keep. It's not gonna stop me from following Jesus. Period. But I definitely do not go around pushing an image of him. I don't have that kind of image of him anywhere, and I do think that it should be corrected because it's not accurate. It's not an accurate depiction of what he was supposed to look like. And if you just go off of the description in the actual Bible, that's not right. So it's just another way for trying to make us feel like there was something wrong with him being darker. There was something wrong with him having these features. There was something wrong with him having that kind of hair. So we're going to make it what we want it to be.
But let's get real, though. They did it with our statues, too. Like, they cut our noses off. They have done a lot of things. So, again, our job is to always know what the truth is. But make sure we go hard and let the world know what the truth is, too, when it comes to educating. You know what I mean? So, once again, I just feel like they just went hard. They're just such savages when it comes to doing this white supremacy thing, like to the ham. Like, they're great at that. And I think now we need to be great at being greater, because we always was great. But I think push it a little bit more and make these things. We push slavery a lot on everything around slavery and all of that type of stuff. I think we need to make sure we add this stuff, our real history. Like, man, you know how many, like, just the whole Egyptian thing, on how they did that and we know that the truth, you know what I mean? And it's just, did we sit back and just let them do it? No, but we have to just tell ourselves that, but it's good to tell the world that. So I just feel like Jesus can come out and be melanated and be acceptable for everybody. And they have to understand that he was Judean. He was from Judea. His hair, the color of his skin, that should be more than enough for them to do a new picture. So I'm all for
I definitely think that if they can do it, it should be corrected. It should be corrected to reflect reality and not
not even reality, but and that goes for all of us too, because I seen some Black Jesuses with like tattoos and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, We know back then Jesus didn't have no doggone tattoos and no chain. You know what I mean? So I just want I want us as well to not be so focused on what we want him to be and let him be who he's supposed to be. He's the only person in this world, only person on this earth that has walked this earth and still is alive today, that I want to make sure, I don't care what color he is or how dark he's supposed to be or how light he's supposed to be, whatever. I just want it to be the truth of what it is, and that's it. Like, I don't care how dark he is. We know he has black ancestry, and not even that. God, what you think God is?
Don't get him started, child. Don't get.
You know what I mean? So this is why nothing wrong with a new refreshing of Jesus and throw that melanin out there. But I don't care how dark he go. I'm not really here for the darkness of Jesus. But I know for sure he was bronze, baby. And I can only go with what the Bible tells me and what his ancestors look like. His ancestors are very dark. Down here in Miami, they call him dirty red. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I ain't heard that word in forever. Girl.
Jesus was dirty red in so many words.
I ain't heard that word in forever. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He was dirty red. But anyway, we had a comment that came up.
Ladies Love Cool John came into YouTube. What's up?
He said, I don't like the white and black Jesus talk. He's Jesus. We don't know the color.
We kind of do. We kind of know the color, but I get what
the color wasn't white in so many words. The color was not white.
He wasn't what they
did have melanin.
Shown the world that he is. He was that is not an accurate depiction of what he was supposed to look like, basically. So let's see. Vincent Conway, white supremacy is white Christianity, period. Totally different Christianity from Africa, based in love and practice the true text. Okay, Mr. Conway. All right, so all right, guys. So that was the end of tonight's live. I know we went a little over, but we wanted to at least get one more topic in tonight.
One of the most important topics of them all.
I don't know. We haven't been paying attention to the time or something. So whatever. Okay.
We just been having
fun. Y'all stayed and watched and
we appreciate and heard and listened
and regardless of whether we agree or disagree, we appreciate you for staying, for listening, for having an opinion, for sharing your opinion. Because again, you know, ain't nothing wrong with having an opinion. We all got one. And sometimes you
but end up changing. Opinion is dope though. Our opinions are dope.
You end up changing your own view, just like earlier with the whole. You know, make sure maybe you should ask your man when you want to talk about something a different way. I'm going to try it. I don't agree right now.
Girl, try it, girl. Let me know. Because I wish I could try it tonight. I'll try it.
So we thank you all so much for joining for yet again another Brains and Beauty x2 live on Wednesdays. Make sure that you check us out every Wednesday on YouTube and Instagram. The podcast is always up the very next day, Thursday morning, available for everyone to listen to and enjoy. So make sure that you hit that like, share, follow, subscribe, notification bell, all of that good jazz, okay, on every platform that we are on. And so you don't miss a thing. And with that being said, the beautiful, talented Mrs. Miami, and y'all see how I put Mrs. in there because I'm claiming it for her, okay? Mrs. Miami is gonna take it out for us. So go ahead, boo. Do your thing.
Let me throw the ring finger up there, girl. And you guys do not forget to comment on the podcast, on whatever podcast that you're listening to. Go ahead at the bottom. Go ahead and rank us, star us up, comment, say something, say hello, tell the world how dope this podcast is. But anyway, as I do every week. Good night. Good evening and good morning, everybody, and see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye, guys.